Assalamu alaikum everyone and good afternoon. You are now tuned into Shakil and Company. I am your host Kevin Shakil on America's Islamic Radio. Today we have a very exciting program prepared for you today, sponsored by Instant Solutions and JG Advisor Group. Today we have our special guest Hamza Kamisa. Welcome Hamza, how are you?
Thank you for having me. Assalamu alaikum everyone. I hope everyone's having a blessed day. And thank you for having me, Kevin.
Of course, man. It's an honor to have you. How's your day going so far?
It's been all right. It's kind of cold outside, but, get used to it eventually.
It's really cold outside, right? Like the weather just changed out of
nowhere. But it's
good.
You should enjoy all the seasons. That's why we live in New York.
So, tell us a little about yourself, bro.
Okay, so, as probably many of you guys saw in the little preview that you did for advertising, I'm 22 years old. I've been doing real estate since 2014, so it's my fourth year in. I'm still a Queens College student. Hopefully I finish by the summer.
Okay.
And then aside from that, I've been doing real estate investing for the past 2 years. So it's mostly real estate related.
Not bad. So
Yeah.
I'm gonna get straight down to the very serious question everybody I know wants to know. How much money do you make?
I make enough to pay my bills, live comfortably. I make enough to give back to help the people around me, especially my community.
I've actually seen videos of you going to the masjid and giving out donuts. What's that about?
Yeah, so that's the thing that we actually started. We took initiative of that in Ramzan, actually. Yeah, Ramzan last year, we started giving out like ice cream after Tarawih. So like all the kids would come up to me, hey, Hamza Bhai, let's give out ice cream, whatever. That was like their motivation to come to the masjid to pray. We did that for a little while.
If you guys want to go to the masjid, there will be ice cream.
Hillside Islamic Center, you're going to get free ice cream after Tarawih. But we did that, and in the beginning we were kind of short on money, so we do like 100 cones, whatever, and then we slowly moved on to doing it every single night. Every single night I gave out 300 cones.
Wow.
On average.
And that was all you?
Yeah, me
Mashallah.
and other people chipped in, so I got a lot of help. You probably know Seth Millwala. He's the one that really pushed me to do that. So shout out to Seth Millwala. And everyone knows he's very kind, and he's the type of person to go out there and help the community. So we did that, and as soon as Ramzan was over, people were like, you stopped that. So now every first Friday of the month, we give out free donuts, like 300 donuts every first Friday at Hillside Islamic Center.
Where do you get these donuts from?
There's a bakery out in Astoria, so that brother, he gives it to Hamza Masjid as well.
Okay.
So he helps me. He gives me like $5 a dozen, so it works out.
It's not bad.
It doesn't put a hole in my pocket, and it makes people smile. So
how many people? So you give about what, 300 donuts?
On average, yeah.
So do you go deliver or somebody else does it?
No, I deliver. I go at Fajr time. I pick them up, and then I go and drop it off.
So you go Fajr time?
Yeah.
Like at 5 a.m. to go pick up donuts.
That's the only time in the whole month that I wake up that early and leave my house.
Listen, if you want to catch him, last Friday at the end of the month, he's up at 5 a.m. going to get donuts. So.
In Astoria.
What masjid is it again?
Hillside Islamic Center.
If you want free donuts, the last Friday of every month, go to Hillside Islamic Center to get free donuts. So tell us, that's amazing work that you're doing, giving free donuts and giving free ice cream to cones and kids. What is Hamza? Who are you? As a person, who are you?
As a person, I don't know. I feel like a lot of people think I'm like cocky and arrogant, but I feel like lack of self-confidence is just so un-American. So I try to be as confident as I can. I'm the type of guy that push through anything.
Okay.
I try to keep it simple. Simplicity is the key to a successful life, and always give back. It's the community that builds you. It's the community that comes to you at every point of your life. So it's always good to give back.
That sounds amazing. That's a great thing to know, that you always have to give back to your community. For those tuning in, you are now listening to Shakil and Company on American Islamic Radio. We have Hamza Kamisa here for a live interview in American Islamic Radio studio, Studio 7 in Mignolo. So, you're into real estate, right?
Uh-huh.
You deal with customers on a daily basis, right? How many houses have you walked into after becoming a real estate agent?
In the past 4 years, hundreds. And the best part about it is every house that you walk into, you'll see something that you like. And that's where it's beneficial for me for investing. I'll go to different houses. I'll take people's ideas and I'll like put a little touch to it, and I'll put it in one of my own properties.
Okay.
And the most difficult part about my business that I tell everyone is that you go into a house and right off the bat, if you like it, you're, man, I should buy this for myself. And that's like every other house that you walk into.
How do you control that temptation, though?
Your parents. You always have your dad like, Beta, not right now. Wait a little while.
So your dad's the one telling you, don't do it, don't do it, don't do it.
Oh, yeah. My dad's the decision maker in my life.
So even though as successful as you are, you still listen to your parents?
Always.
Okay.
Always. My mom's my motivation. My dad's the decision maker. He's the one who got me into this business. and they've been my moral support. In the 4 years, I think I've almost ripped my license twice in the first 2 years.
Wow.
I was gonna quit. I was gonna quit. I just couldn't do it anymore. You know, I had buyers leaving, people putting offers and leaving, not serious buyers. You know, people just like window shopping, I guess.
Okay. So I mean, when you say not serious buyers, right? What does that mean?
Buyers that aren't willing to like come to an understanding that, you know, they need to get their paperwork straight, they need to get their bank papers straight, they need to get their pre-approval, which is key, because, you know, you might walk into a house thinking that you want to buy a $500,000 house. Mind you, the bank is only going to give you $400,000. Or sometimes the opposite case happens where you walk into a $500,000 house and you wish that it had the things that you wanted. Meanwhile, if you went to the bank, you would have found out that they're willing to give you $600,000. That would fit your entire criteria. So things like that, you know, it got kind of iffy, where it was hard to make ends meet. And that's when I came to a decision where, you know, I thought about cutting my license in half and just quitting.
So, I mean, give us a story of one of your buyers that was so serious, and at the end, just everything failed.
I tend not to leave my buyers like that. One of the toughest sales of my life was my first sale.
Okay.
I was with the buyer for 8 months. We saw houses. Just that buyer alone, we saw 50-something houses. I have a note written on my house. Every single house, I made a separate file for him just so I can remember it.
So you showed him 50 houses?
Uh-huh.
Wow.
In the span of 8 months. We had 2 deals that fell apart. You know, the seller wasn't coming to terms, and the deal fell apart. Then finally, we were looking in Queens. Houses were small, and then we moved out into Elmont, and that's when we finally settled on a house after 8 months.
So you went to 100 houses with this guy.
Over 50.
Over 50.
Over 50.
In a span of 8 months.
Uh-huh.
I mean, after the 5th house, weren't you just like, never mind?
In the beginning, you see, that's the mistake I made in the beginning. You know, I'm very happy he bought a house. Till this point, he tells everyone, he calls me over to his house parties, and he tells everyone, this is Hamza's house. But, you know, we built that type of relationship. But that's the problem now. Now, I've came to a realization that, you know, after 10, 15 houses, I don't go around showing every single house on the market. I come to a point where, you know, I pick the 10 best houses in the market, and that's a good way for my buyer not to waste time, and it's a good way for me not to waste time. It's efficient, and it works out for everyone.
That sounds really interesting. So let's say I'm a first-time home buyer, right?
Yeah.
What programs are there for me?
Well, I guess most people nowadays are using the FHA. FHA is like you give 3.5% down.
Okay.
3.5% down. You know, nowadays people are doing seller's concession. So if you're tight on money and you still want to buy a property, you can, you know, always do the 3.5% down, but you have to pay the PMI for that. That's an insurance.
What's the PMI?
Yeah, it's an insurance for the mortgage company. Basically, you know, you're putting such a less amount down, so it's for them to secure the loan.
Okay.
It's like an insurance for them.
It's an insurance for the mortgage.
So it's like if you don't do the 20%, anything less than 20, you'll be paying that amount.
So I have a question for you. Let's say I want to get a $500,000 house. How much do I have to pay down with the 3%?
3.5%. Let's do the math right now. I'm not the smartest apple in the bunch, so
I just want to give our viewers a chance to understand that, you know, that if you have an ability to go buy a $500,000 house.
So $500,000 house, you would need $17,500.
So you would need $17,500 just to put down in order to get a $500,000.
Put it down on the house. And a lot of real estate agents and a lot of mortgage people will not tell you, even though it is their job. They'll keep you under an illusion that the $17,500 is the only thing you need. But let me tell you right now, on a $500,000 house, besides the $17,500, you'll need $20,000. That'll be like your cost to close.
Okay.
So that'll include your attorney fees, your appraisal, your home inspection, your title report, things like that.
What is a title report?
These are like the hidden fees.
Can you explain everything you just mentioned? Explain each.
Okay, so basically, your attorney, right? Your attorney is going to be representing you in the legal process of the home. 2 people that you need in a home purchasing that are very important is a loan officer and an attorney.
Okay.
Right? A real estate agent, yeah, you know, there's over 100,000 real estate agents in New York. They all have different types of services, how they respond to people, you know, how trustworthy and honest they are. But these 2 people, I feel like, are very ideal. I would put them above me.
Okay.
Your attorney is going to do all your legal work. He's going to make sure that everything comes in clean, you know, it's worth buying. Then you have your loan officer. He's the one who's going to be walking through your mortgage process. You're your loan officer more than you're going to be with me.
Okay.
Once we find a house, then I kind of lay back, and then the mortgage guy is going to do his work. So, he's going to send an appraiser. That'll be one of your closing costs. An appraiser is going to come into the property, and he's going to be able to, so either you come up with an extra amount of cash or the deal's dead.
Okay.
Right? And then you have a home inspection. Home inspection, it's not mandatory, but it's definitely recommended. Home inspector will come in, they're licensed professionals. They come in, they look at the property. They'll be able to tell you structurally everything that is wrong and right about the property.
Okay.
They can tell you about mold damage, termites, electrical work, plumbing, anything of that sort. They'll be able to tell you that this might last X amount of days, or, it needs to be done right away. And that comes into play with negotiation for the house.
Wow. So if you're now tuning in, you're tuning into Shakil and Company on American Islamic Radio. We're learning the process on how to buy a house with real estate agent Hamza Kamisa on American Islamic Radio in Mignolo. So that's the process of getting a house, right?
Yeah.
Let's say, how much money does a person have to make in order to qualify for a mortgage?
Well, that varies. Your income really depends. Your income comes into play when it's about how much of a house you want, right? So if you want to do like a $250,000 house, obviously your income will be different compared to someone that's buying like $1 million house. A major key for getting the best rates and things like that would be your credit score.
Okay.
So along with your income, credit score plays a big role. So, that'll play with your interest payments and things like that, and whether the bank is even going to work with you.
So let's say you have a low credit score.
Yeah.
And I want to get a house. Possible or possible?
It's possible if you want to make the extra payments. I recommend to my buyers that, listen, let's wait the 6 months, clean your credit, go to a credit repair specialist, pay some bills, and that way boost your credit. Because, we're not in the business to just sell you a house and then leave. We're here to build relationships.
So it's funny that this actually comes up because JG Advisors is actually a credit repair solutions company.
Okay, nice. So, we'll share their information as well. We'll
Yeah,
give their
definitely.
phone number. We can get in touch with them and work with them. But, we're not in the business. I'm not the type of guy that, Kevin, I'm just going to sell you a house and then we never talk again. And then you're crying for the next 30 years that your monthly payments are too high. I'll give you the whole breakdown that, hey, listen, if we pay X amount of bills, our credit score will be better. And that way we'll make less payments and get the house that you want.
So another question I have for you, I'm going to ask you a lot of questions right now.
Yeah, that's fine.
I've seen that you worked with Guidance before.
Yeah, I'm still affiliated with Guidance Residential.
What is Guidance Residential about?
Guidance Residential, I highly recommend that you bring them onto the show as well. They're one of the top Islamic Sharia compliant mortgage companies.
Okay.
We still do a lot of business. I was in Guidance Realty in my first 2 years. I was with Guidance Realty. Then I transitioned to Fave Realty. It's been a blessing working with them. Guidance Residential is the mortgage company where they don't charge interest rates, and they're more lenient. Even Muslims and non-Muslims are using them, and the reason for that is they don't say, God forbid, a lot of people nowadays, they can't pay their monthly payments. They go into foreclosure, short sale. Guidance will take the loss with you. Guidance is the type of company they go 50-50 or whatever the rate may be. So you only pay 20% on the house. They own the other 80%.
Okay.
So whether you have a loss, natural disaster, you can't make the payments, they take the loss with you. They're a partner with you in the house. And while you're living there, you're only going to be paying them the rent for their share of the house, for their 80% of the house. And that's how they make their profit. So, there's a lot of misconceptions. There's a lot of debates about Guidance. I'm a firm believer in it. Inshallah, when I buy my house, if I don't buy it all cash, I'm definitely going to be using Guidance.
You're going to be using Guidance for sure. Not bad. So Guidance is a Islamic Sharia compliant type of mortgage? I mean, what does it classify as?
We classify it as a mortgage.
As a mortgage.
Yeah. Because we're in compliance with the New York State law.
Okay.
So we follow all the laws, but we're a little bit more lenient when it comes to our clients.
That's not bad. So, as you heard it before, if you're Muslim or non-Muslim, you can also use Guidance.
Non-Muslims love them because they're not at the risk of losing their other property. So if you go into foreclosure, they share the loss with you, and they never come after your other assets, which is almost unheard of.
Yeah, that's amazing.
Yeah.
I guess when I go look for a house, I'm going to call you and call Guidance.
Exactly.
So, that's amazing. I mean, how old are you again?
I'm 22.
So, I mean, let's say you have a kid who's in high school right now. You straight out of high school, you were doing this, right?
My senior year, yeah.
So, how does somebody get into real estate?
Well, it's a fairly simple process. It all comes down to if you want to work hard or if you want to work smart.
Okay.
A lot of people right out of my high school, even my own friends, I was just sitting with them the other day. They, right off the bat, they got jobs at restaurants, at busboys, waiters, which is not bad, as long as it's a halal way of income. I don't see anything wrong with it. But for me, it was, I just couldn't do that. It just didn't make sense for me financially or, mentally. I couldn't comprehend it. So I took classes at Real Estate Education Center in Flushing.
Okay.
It's a 75-hour course. It's not that long.
75 hours?
Yeah, 75 hours.
That's a lot of hours.
No, it took me a month.
Okay.
It took me a month along with, working with my dad in the summer. I was on summer vacation. I didn't go.
How much does that cost?
$350.
Okay, it's not bad.
Your initial fee to start a real estate business should, in the ballpark, I would say $1,500 to $2,000.
Just to start the business?
Yeah.
Okay.
Which is
start
fairly
into
low.
the business or start your own business?
Start into the business.
Okay.
Because as a salesperson, which you're going to start off as, you're going to be licensed under another brokerage.
Okay.
So now, like yesterday, I posted on Facebook that I just passed my broker's exam.
Congratulations.
Right? Thank you. So if I decided to open my own firm, I can hire salespeople. They would be licensed under my brokerage.
Okay.
But, I'm happy at Fave Realty. So, if Rari's catching, if you're watching this, don't worry.
He'll be gone soon. I'm telling
I'm telling you, working with Fave Realty has been a big blessing, and it's changed my life. But, yeah, so $350 is what it costs for the classes. Your state test is only $15, which is, not that bad. If you work a little bit during the summer, you can save up and definitely do that. I think it's a risk worth taking. It's definitely worth it.
So you think it's definitely worth it for somebody coming out of high school who has no idea what they want to do with life?
Definitely. But I mean, listen, I'm not saying that it doesn't take work, but it's definitely, if you're into business and things like that, if you want to be your own boss, I think it's definitely a good stepping stone.
I know you said you had your father who was there to help you, right? Let's say you have somebody who's coming out but who doesn't know anybody who has to get into this business. Who can they contact to help?
Well, they can always reach out to me because, we do training sessions in my office as well.
Okay.
So we do training sessions for the newer agents, people who are thinking about getting licensed, every Monday evening and every Thursday evening from 6 o'clock to 8 o'clock, me and my partner, Connell Sullivan, we do trainings.
Where's your office located?
117 South 4th Street, New Hyde Park. And then we have the flagship office that's in Baldwin on Grand Avenue.
Wow. So do me a favor, can you please make sure you send me the schedule so we'll post it to our viewers on Facebook so they can see where these locations are so they can maybe attend one of these seminars.
Exactly. We can do that, or they can always reach out to me, if we can, work some time out and meet.
What's your number?
You can reach out to me on multiple ways. You can reach out to me on my cell phone, 917-822-0433. You can call me, text me. I usually try to respond to text within like 30 minutes. So I'm not the best texter, but within 30 minutes, you get a respond.
He texted me last night. He responded tomorrow morning.
And you can always reach out to me on my Facebook page, my Instagram page, Hamza the Realtor. I'm very active on that. So, you can reach out to me on those platforms.
So anybody can reach out to you?
Anyone. Doesn't matter. Age, doesn't matter.
That sounds amazing. You are now tuned to Shakil Co on America's Islamic Radio. We have Hamza Kamisi here. He promised on air right now that if you want to go into real estate or you want to learn more about real estate, you can reach out to him on his cell phone number, which is
917-822-0433, or Instagram or Facebook, Hamza the Realtor.
So make sure you guys reach out to him if you guys are thinking about real estate, you guys want to learn more about real estate. If you're looking for a real estate agent, if you want to purchase a home, if you want to learn more about Islamic loans, you can reach out to Hamza the Realtor.
Definitely. And I do a lot of functions at different masjids. I've talked at a couple of schools, try to get these high school kids on the right path. So, I just hope it works out for everyone.
We have an organization called Empowering Young Professionals. Right here in Manila, in this room next door.
Okay.
We're a group of people who are young professionals, and we help empower each other.
Nice.
So I think you should definitely come to one of our meetings.
Definitely.
Because it's exactly what you're doing.
Definitely.
We're doing the same exact thing. So
hey, cool. That sounds good. Yeah, exactly.
So thank you guys for tuning into Shakil Company on America's Islamic Radio. I'm your host, Kevin Shakil. Please tune in next week to our next interview. We'll be releasing the schedule shortly, and I'll make sure to post Hamza Kamisa's cell phone number, Facebook, and Instagram page on this Facebook Live video on the comments below. Thank you guys. Assalamu alaikum.
And wait. Before we tune out, I just want to leave a little message. If you got anything from this interview, whether you like my face or not, I'm here. So the couple words that I do want to tell everyone that, I've learned in the past couple of years that, people will force you that, keep trying, you get better at something. I do not believe in that at all. the way
Why
I
do you
live,
say that?
the way I live my life is, I think that you should try a couple times, and if you suck at it, you suck. It's literally fair. Like, it's simple. You suck at it. The best thing to do would be keep trying multiple things, find a thing that you're good at, and demolish that industry. And that's what I've learned to do. I've been in the medical solutions business. I've been in the restaurant business. I've been in a couple other businesses where, I've done online marketing. I've tried to run an online business off of Amazon. Things didn't work out. And, I feel like it's a kind of waste of time, waste of money. So find the thing that you're good at and demolish that industry. It's that simple. So don't listen to other people. Take all the negative vibes out of yourself and just find one thing that you're good at, one thing that you love, and kill it.
I think our realtor is going to become a motivational speaker
Soon. That's in the works, guys.
Thank you guys for tuning into American Islamic Radio. I'm your host, Kevin Shakil from Shakil Co. Enjoy the rest of your evening.